Cool. So now I'm going to continue to sort of jump around. I'm going to add a little bit more filler and also a little bit more texture in this arrangement. So I'm going to use this really pretty light delphinium or larkspur, and I'm just going to also sort of pepper this out through my left side as sort of a backdrop to these light flowers. I really love the height on this, and I love how delicate it is. It gives it this really beautiful ethereal look. Okay. Depending on how wild you want to go, you can really accentuate the height as far as you want. I tend to think that crazier is better, especially when you're adding all these interesting elements. Cool. And because this is such a pretty neutral texture, you can actually, just like you did the sweet pea, you can actually sort of pepper this throughout as well. So now I'm still working with the shape, and I'm really trying to get taller, but still I'm just trying to pull it together with color. So now that I have a really nice solid base, this is a really good time to start thinking about filling in your base work a little bit more. And I'm actually going to do that by using any of these scraps that I have with this blueberry. It's a really great filler. And I'm just going to really tuck these in. I want to cover that chicken wire as much as I can before I get too far into this process. And I also just love the texture when you strip the leaves off, this sort of beautiful shape with just a little bit of fruit on the end. So now, base is done. I know clearly where I'm going with this. I know my negative space. I know my high point. I know my color transition. I really filled in my chicken wire structure. So now I'm going to start having a little fun, and I'm going to start playing with cool little loose textural, gestural elements just to really fill this thing out. So now the next element that I'm going to put in are these ranunculus. And just like this peony, there's so much color variation in this. I'm really going to play with that. Some of them are a little more pink that I'm going to put on the pink side. Some of them have a little bit more dark burgundy edge to it that I'm going to play on my other side. But I'm still going to put them in concentration as well, so they're not going to be just peppered throughout the whole thing evenly. Let's see. They also have a really nice shape to them too. It's nice to get flowers that have a really nice arch, and those are going to be your base flowers that you want to really spill out of the edge of your arrangement to give it that overgrown look. Okay, so I've just sort of tucked in a few ranunculus. As you can see, I'm playing with something that's a little more purple and burgundy, and then some ranunculus over here that's a little bit more peachy and pink and cream, just to help fill it out. And then for a nice, another fun little texture, I'm going to use this allium flower, and I love these little bells that hang off of them. They're so great. Such a nice little fun, delicate touch. And I don't want to lose the nice height and the nice shape of this, so I'm going to also use this to really accentuate my high point in this arrangement. It's nice to tier flowers, like I said before, in threes as well. So if I have one up here, I might do one a little bit more forward below it, and then one a little bit lower than this. So never perfect triangles. Always try to avoid perfect triangles or perfect lines or everything on the perfect plane. You always want to stagger everything to create depth, to create interest, and to create this, organic asymmetry that we're trying to achieve. And I'm going to use this clematis to really darken up my dark left side here. really nice, delicate stem. It can be a little tricky to use if you're using it in the beginning because the stem is so thin, it doesn't really hold structure very well. So it's nice to get a nice base before you start putting clematis in, and then you can really just sort of wedge these thin stems into the structure that you've already created. Okay, so as you can see, I'm using the dark to really start filling out my dark side. And I just also sort of peppered them in. But I also love, like I said, having your flowers face different directions, like this clematis here. It's sort of arching down, like creating this sort of bell shape, sort of spilling out of the side. And then as we get further on, we're going to use some of this beautiful passion vine to really accentuate that spill and really fall down and wrap around the base of our arrangement. So at the market this morning, I also found this other really interesting clematis from Japan. And I just love the shape of it. This really, really cool little bell. It looks like candy or something. But I'm going to use this because I love the shape of it. I'm really going to use this to sort of poke out and create really interesting gesture, sort of in the lighter side of my arrangement, because there is so much dark in this. So popping this into my right side is really going to help pull it together. And like I did before, I'm just cleaning off the leaves because I find them a little too heavy. But the shape is so incredible. Like you can really just try to accentuate every little bit of shape that you can. So see how I was talking about before, the negative space? You could put something special in there and it's sort of framed. Just like this light little delicate moment here where this clematis is just framed in here. And you don't really notice it at first because it is so soft and delicate and small. But it's sort of that unexpected surprise that you see. Also like looking into this and seeing blueberries that you're not expecting, or looking in here and seeing this really pretty ranunculus kind of inside. It just, like I said, it makes it a little bit more immersive with whoever's around it, whoever's trying to experience it.